Paul, yes. I'm just reading page 253 of the study that was done in 1989 about the General Accounting Office. Yes. And the Corporation of Public Broadcasting provided extensive responses, 25 legal requirements. Yes. Somewhat interesting that in 1989 there was the Privacy Act of 1974. Yes, Freedom of Information Act, the Sunshine Act, Employee Classification, pay rates and rate systems, travel and subsistence allowances, Property and Administration Services Act, Anti-Kickback Act, known as the Copeland. Yes, yes. Davis-Bacon, Work Hours and Safety, Contract Disputes Act, Civil Rights Act, Anti-Discrimination Act, Rehabilitation Act. And then there was the Small Business Act, J, and then the Environmental Policy Act, the Clean Air Amends, 1970, and then the Clean Air Award, 1977, Federal Water Control Act, Tort Claims Act, Financial Integrity Act. Seem like these independent agencies got a lot of these: the Prompt Payment Act, Debt Collection Act, and Anti-Deficiency Act. Yes, they did. Now, I'm just reading here about the General Accounting Office doing a study back in 1989. Yes, 25 various laws that govern the independent agencies of the United States, but the the public broadcasting, yes, kind of an important institution. Yes, the Associated General Counsel, Office of General Counsel, U.S. General Accounting Office. Attention, Robert Kuval, room 619. 441 G Street, Northwest in Washington, D.C., Mr. Keplinger, Gary L. Keplinger, Esquire. Now, when you really think about it, yes, they give a very good example of why they, as a private corporation, are not subject to some of the requirements of the independent corporations. The 47 U.S. Code 398A of the Public Broadcasting Corporation. Now, what I really do like is they said, sure, we're going to help you out. Okay. We'll fill out your survey even though we don't have to. That's right. And we're going to be nice about it, but if you change the wording of anything we have to say, we're going to kick your fucking ass. That's right. Now, I really do like this letter because it's in very plain English. Isn't that right? Which will be not be an agency or establishment of the United States government. Yes. Underlined. You know, when they put things in bold print in the various forms? Yes. Because I've gone through the bold print of the protection order. Yes, yes, yes. And maybe there's some bold print in the dissolution of marriage. Maybe there's some underlining in the dissolution of marriage. Yes. I didn't get a copy of it, so I don't know what was in bold print and I don't know what was underlined. Yes, he does it. But what they do say, as a private corporation that was established, yes, 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 is there's what's known as the 47 U.S. Code, United States System Bylaws of the Corporation of the Curriculum Program and Instruction. That's not it. Most of the question contained enclosure will necessarily result. 253. Oh, what's this say here? Subject is sometimes prohibit. Furthermore, in 47 U.S. Code, 39622, members of the CPB Board of Directors are specifically prohibited from being regular full-time employees of the United States. And in subsection D2, there is a further statement that the members of the board shall not, by reason of membership, be deemed to be officers or employees of the United States. Now, what's special about being an officer, ouch, or an employee of the United States? Now, now it could be that I can't sue the public broadcasting because the provisions of their actual provisor is authorized to establish a non-profit corporation be known as the Corporation for the Public Broadcasting, which will not be an agency or establishment of the United States government. But all the other independent agencies, you're either an officer or an employee. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, I know. You thought of yourself as an employee of the federal government working for an independent agency, but there's certain criteria to be an officer or an employee of the United States federal government. Yes, there is. I'm sitting here on the street, kind of reading through this various types of legislation that they have in the federal government. Yes. And the guy was real nice when he wrote this letter. He's like, okay, fuck you. Okay, we don't have to answer this, but we're going to. And I just want to make known, underlined, okay, by the reason of establishing the Public Broadcasting Corporation, there is not any membership in that corporation that happens to be an employee or an officer of the independent agencies of the United States government. Now, as a condition of employment for being an employee or an officer of any independent agency of this great nation, what's the probability that you're refusing to enforce the laws of the nation as well as supporting and defending the constitutional right to due process means that I can have you fired and I can dissolve every fucking one